But before I get into it, I'm going to make sure Dove don't have anything to say.
I do have something to say. What I do want to do is first I want to ask all the remnant, especially my ladies, my daughters, my nieces. I want to ask you guys for your forgiveness, because we went out a couple of weeks ago to the comedy club and my mouth was untamed and I was using curse words. Doesn't matter how, why it was done, right? And
the comedy had you like that?
It did. It did. And as the days went on, I already knew what I was feeling because there's no excuse. But I can say the Holy Ghost will show you what not having accountability looks like. Because I was telling my husband that had you been there, I would have watched over my mouth a lot closely. And it goes to show that on an everyday basis, it's not even about him. I wasn't looking at the Most High being everywhere. And I felt some kind of way about that because one of my nieces was like, we're at the house talking and we had went back over that. And she was like, yeah, you was cussing up a storm. To her, it was cussing up a storm because she don't hear me talking like that. And I felt some kind of way. I felt like I allowed myself to be stripped at the moment because I wasn't operating effectively in my leadership position, right? Misleading, right? The remnant. And I should have felt some kind of way because that's not who I am, but at the time it was. Because I can't say that's not who I am and that's how I was operating. That's not who I'm gonna be.
Right.
Right? But we talked, something came up and I was like, this is why accountability is so important. And in the remnant, if anybody uses a curse word, and we even, and forgive me because I got to say it, hell, damn, things people would not consider curse words are curse words, right? And
let me say before Dove goes on, for you who don't understand, would we merit those things as curse words or something problematic? Because somebody asked me in the remnant like a few weeks ago about a word like that. And when she's saying she was cussing up a storm, that was the word she was using.
Like, yeah.
You know,
I want to say it was like, oh, damn, oh, hell, or something like that.
Right. But
and
still,
it's still cussing.
What we measure it by is would I allow my daughter to say that? Can my daughter come around me and around other folks and have that kind of language? So if my daughter can't have that kind of language, that's what we base it on.
But right? Not only that, you're misrepresenting. I was misrepresenting the remnant. Anybody could have heard me that day, you know, and
well, no, because they wouldn't have thought it was a problem.
Right. I'm just saying that if they knew who I was, because a lot of people know me from the internet, and had they witnessed that thing, because mind you, I say all that to say the Most High gave me a dream because I knew what it was. And I told the girls, I was like, I owe you guys like 25 push-ups, right? But because I have a shoulder issue, it don't matter. I'm still not holding up to what we say needs to be done. I don't care about your shoulder because I didn't care about my mouth. And they should have held me accountable and said, nah, auntie, get down. Get them push-ups in, because that's accountability.
That's what we do.
Right? That's what we do. We hold each other accountable.
But we got to get push-ups. If your mouth, we in the remnant, the consequence to your mouth is that wherever you are, you have to go down and give some push-ups for your mouth. And that's how we hold each other accountable.
The Holy Ghost, and would say the Most High showed it to me like this. I was at the park and I was around Christian members at a church we used to go to, and he would bring the Christians because we know how they operate, right? With no accountability. But if they see you operate in a certain way, they're gonna try to hold you accountable for the things they do, right? So that's how it was in the dream. And in the dream, there was something going on with my skirt and my clothes. It's like I'm aware of what's going on, but what I should have been aware of was that I shouldn't have had that little jean skirt on from the gate, but I'm worrying about laying down and I'm worrying about what you can see, but I wouldn't have had to do that if I didn't have it on in the first place, right? So he was showing me the accountability from the gate, right? Not going to, oh, when I go to the comedy club, let me watch my mouth. That's a problem, right? And not being aware that different situations and circumstances might bring something out of you that you might not do somewhere else. And that's why we have to be careful and make sure that no matter where we are at, that we are not misrepresenting the Most High. That's what's most important to me. And then I was like, I don't want to be this way in front of my babies in the remnant and give them an excuse to say, oh, well, Dove did, and she is the leader of the remnant. And they're going to go say, well, Dove did it. Well, Dove did it, because that's what people like to do when they in their own mess, right? They like to point at what somebody else's mess is to make themselves feel better, right? I don't want to give that, and I'm not going to give that. And I apologize, and I'm up on that, because I never want to misrepresent us in the Most High. It's high accountability. There's no excuses, but it just goes to show every single area. And mind you, it lit me up, because I didn't go in there thinking, oh, I'm going to be laughing and saying, getting caught like that. And this, what the enemy wants you to do, feel like you're getting caught off guard, right? Like, oh, and this is a place is where he can make you feel like, oh, over here it's acceptable. That's not acceptable to us anywhere, anytime, any place.
That's right.
So I just wanted to come forward and apologize, and I'm about to give my 25 push-ups. Can you hold that? Hold on. Might have to do this sideways.
This remnant is incredible.
She's doing it. Y'all can't see her, but she's doing it.
You can come back and give it when you can get the rest, baby. Good. Yeah, baby.
All praises.